Hey y'all, welcome back to Babeinlibrary. It's your girl Lisa, and today we're going to talk about the series that I finished in 2023 and what series I plan on starting in 2024. If you all had watched my video earlier this year, I did a video of me talking about all of the series that I have started that I have yet to finish. Since then, I have finished 6.5 series. And I use half lightly because there is one series that I am almost finished. I have one more book and I plan on finishing that by the end of the year. And so I'm going to count it. And so in total, that would be 7 series. For this video, I'm going to talk about my favorite in the series and then my runner-up. And I'm going to try to give each one a tagline, but to prevent it being from extra long, I am not going to go in full detail of each one of these synopsis. Hopefully I did read and recommend them in the video. Some of them do have dedicated reading vlogs, so I'll shout those out. And then we'll talk about the series I plan on starting in 2024. Because this is already going to be a long video, I'm just going to go ahead and jumpstart with my girl, Kennedy Ryan, who I started the year off with. I did finish the Hoop series. So my favorite in the Hoop series is the first one, which is Long Shot. This set the tone right for Kennedy Ryan and got me to loving her. For this, the tagline is going to be "Revenge is mine." On behalf of my girl, Iris, revenge truly is hers in this book, and we stand. The runner-up in the series that I did read is going to be Lotus and Keenan's book. This is Hookshot. This is the third and final in the trilogy. I am not counting any novellas or any short stories, so this one is going to complete the series, which the tagline for this one, based on my girl Lotus, is going to be Black Girl Magic. If you know, you know. Absolutely love Keenan and Lotus, but they did not stand up to the love that is shared between August and Iris. I also have a video for this next series in which I ran through these in April. When I tell you I ate them up, you all will get to see that video because I'll tag it up in the cards or down below. But my favorite, again, is the first in the series. Usually I'm going to say, typically with a lot of these, if I read it and I love it and I keep going, that's probably going to stand the test of time as the first. So that is Anna Huang's Twisted Love. The tagline is simply Alex Volkov. Like, if you know, you know. Alex, book boyfriend, that's my boo. However, who tried to give them a run for their money and was a good runner-up, I mean, damn near going neck and neck, is going to be Twisted Hate. This is Jules and Josh's book. This one, for me, is going to be Enemies with Bennies. Like, that is the tagline because these two really do hate each other. That is why Twisted Hate is the name of the book. This next series, the Stay a Spell series by Juliet Cross, I cannot stop screaming about. If you know me, you probably know that my favorite is Always Practice Safe Hex. The tagline for this one is going to be Shadow Daddies Do It Better. This man here, Gareth, yeah, I had never dealt with shadow play, but this book taught me some things. Gareth is that guy, and he is perfect for Libby. However, Gareth's cousin, Henry gives Gareth and Livy a run for their money. And that is the final book in the series, which is known as Grim and Barrett. Grim and Barrett definitely was giving us like Beauty and the Beast vibes. It was giving everything that I wanted and more. Their love story, I can understand now why Juliet had it saved for the end. The tagline for them is going to be his piece. Like, literally, Clara just knew the assignment was to be Henry's piece. The next series that I read is Farrah Roshan's The Boyfriend Project. And my favorite in that series is, of course, London and Drew. This is the hookup plan. I should have known better because Farrah said that this was her favorite in the series and she wrote the series. And anytime an author can actually choose their favorite, you know it's a slam dunk. This one right here, perfection. I'm going to say My tagline for these two is, "It's always been you." For Drew, "It's always been London." The runner-up is the one I thought was going to be my favorite in the series before reading it, and that is The Dating Playbook. This one's tagline is going to be based off our male main character, who is a professional football player, and this tagline is going to be, "Tell everybody that I made you the man that you are today." That is the tagline for this book. If you know, you know. I also read Lauren Asher's Dreamland Billionaire series, and this again goes back to my statement of, it's the first in the series. If I love it, I love it, and you can't take me away from it. That is going to be the fine print. This is my favorite, hands down. Terms and condition, couldn't light a candle to this one. The only other runner-up is by default going to be Final Offer. Final Offer would be the second favorite in the series, which is the one that concludes it. But honestly, the tagline for the fine print is, "Crown me princess already." Crown me princess already. Zara is the princess of Dreamland, and she deserves the crown. Now, the half book. Now, I'm going to tell you, I am almost finished with the Salacious Players Club. All I have left is to read Madam, and I think this one is going to give my favorite in the series a run for its money. My favorite in the series is Mercy as it stands, but I can see the comparisons between Eden and between Maggie. They are both femdoms. And that's what I've come to love in this series. Give me that strong woman femme energy. And I'm a hook and line and sinker girl for it. So my favorite is Mercy, but I think Madame is going to give it a run for its money. And if it does, I'm going to come back and scream from the rooftop. So that is going to be all of the series that I have since finished in 2023. Okay, so let's talk about some of the series I plan on starting in 2024. I plan on starting the Kingmaker series. And yes, I say series because people often say it's a duet, but there is a third in the series, which is Queen Move. And Queen Move is actually said to be Kennedy Ryan's favorite female character that she has ever written. And if the queen says she has a favorite, I'm going to read it. I'm going to try as best as I possibly can to read the original first two in the series before jumping into this one. But it's been calling my name. The next series that I plan on reading is by far one of the ones that I'm the most hyped for because I love the author. I plan on reading the McLean Brothers series, starting with Let Me Love You, which is where we get to meet Big South. I have heard so much about Big South, it's not even funny, and I've got to figure it out for myself. So I do plan on reading Let Me Hold You. These two characters are both divorced, and they're finding their second chance at love. So this is right up my alley. And then book 2 is Let Me Hold You, which is your NBA superstar who is falling in love with a woman that works at a community center, and she's very low-key. I've heard mixed things about this one, but I love basketball romance. So these two right here are how I'm going to start it. And I believe the third one in the series actually deals with couples that do not want children, and I have a video for that. I do want to read Brittany C. Cherry's The Element series. I have the entire series on audiobook and physical, so I'm going to be reading them in tandem. I do plan on reading The Gravity of Us, which I believe is Jessica's favorite from Peace, Love, and Books, and then I plan on reading Silent Waters. These two are probably my neck and neck for favorite. This one, I believe, is an emotional childhood friends to lovers trauma that Ava from Ava's romance books love, and I'm very excited to read these, especially since I have the audiobooks. This next series, I don't have a favorite, but I did get to meet the author, and the author kind of steered me in the direction of what she thought I would love, and I honestly wanted to pick up the entire series, and that is Naughty Season series by Sherelle Green. I have the entire series. I know the first one in the book, Grown Folks Confession, is coming to audiobook format. Sherelle just won rights to be able to get it put in audiobook, so I'm going to try to hold off for when that comes out. But if I can't hold out, do not worry. I'm going to binge this entire series. I think my favorite is make them confess. This is a white shoes romance, and white shoes with black people, sign me up. Like, come on. This series definitely will be read in 2024, just in support of Sherelle Green and everything that she is trailblazing. Now, I told you all that I read Twisted Love this year. I plan on continuing with Anna Huang and her backlist. Whatever she gives me, I'm going to read. So I do have, I would say, the Seven Sins series. I plan on reading King of Wrath because we did get to see the main male character in the Twisted series, and I definitely was intrigued with his appearance in Twisted Lies. But I hear Twisted Greed, which is the third and most recent book in the series, is A Marriage in Trouble, which I'm going to eat it up. I have high hopes that this one is going to be fantastic and I'm going to love it. Pretty much this entire series. This next one is a motorcycle club romance, and if you know what I'm talking about, you've seen it all over the internet because the girls are going crazy for it. This author is going to be at a Polycon, so I have to read it. And that is going to be Gianna Darling's The Fallen Men series. I've heard nothing but amazing things about Daddy Zeus. Like, the girls are feral for this man, and I have to know myself what's the reason. What was the reason? Daddy Zeus is going to be read, had, and a time will be shared with all. If I can build up enough steam, I will try to make a series for this and give you my thoughts. But again, because I do really enjoy childhood friends to lovers or friends to lovers in general, I believe Inked and Lies may be one of my favorites in this series. These are both chunkers, so I'm hoping that there is an audiobook out here for it. If not, pray for me. Because I am going to a Polycon and I know this author is going to be there as well. I actually started reading this book way back when this was the only one that was out, and it was the first, and it was given away for free. That's how long I've had this on my TBR. But that's Lord the Lasso's Four Horsemen series. I plan on reading Pestilence. I probably have to start from the beginning because, like I said, I read this back when she was giving it away for free. That is how long ago that it was. I also want to read War. These are the original copies, covers. I know that they have been republished. I think they've been picked up by Bloom. So I want to read these and give you my opinion and thoughts before I meet Laura at a Polycon. Continuing with authors I have read from, I plan on starting Lauren Asher's first series, which is her Formula One series. I have 3 of the 4 books. I have Throttled in my hands. This one I think is going to be my favorite because it's the first in the series, and I believe it is brothers' rival romance. And then I think Collide, because it's friends to lovers, I want to say. I think I'm going to enjoy this one. So I'm very hopeful for this series. I think people actually love this more than they love her Dreamland Billionaire series. So I'm going to pick that up. This series has been on my TBR forever, and now is the time to read it. I can guarantee I'm probably going to love this entire series. But because I hear the Black woman representation done by Sierra Simone is done so well. She reached out and collaborated with Black authors, have always spotlighted this and given that platform its due credit. I'm going to say Sinner is probably going to be my favorite in the Priest series. But Saint is going to give it a run for its money. This is a male-male romance that I believe is very, very trauma-filled, and it has a lot of deep emotions. This entire series has a lot of things, so it is important for you to know your triggers before reading them. But the way in which I hear Sierra Simone touches on religious context, very, very interested to read this. I also will be seeing this author at a Polycon, and I am on the brink of my romantasy reading era, so I want to read Daniel Jensen's The Bride Kingdom. I believe I also have these in audiobooks, so I'll read these in tandem in preparation for a Polycon. I'm going to try my best to get a video out before April so that I can tell you all of my thoughts before I meet the authors. And the last series that I have, you all should know because it's always in my background. These people love her. And I understand why from an interaction of how she deals with everything in social media, how gracious she is, how much her and her husband are a team. But I want to read her books for myself and find out. And I plan on starting with the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. I have a sneaking suspicion everyone hates The Bloodied Heart, but I think this one is probably going to be my favorite because it is an age gap. This is a revenge romance. There is a Black female main character. And because I like to be a rebel and go against the grain, I feel like Bloody Heart is going to be my favorite. But if it's not, I have a sneaking suspicion that Savage Lover will be my cup of tea because this one is a heist romance. I have a sneaking suspicion I am definitely going to become a stan of Sophie Lark's, and I hope so because I have 3 of her series in my house. So I have to love Sophie because I don't have a choice. That being said, again, leave me a series you plan on starting in 2024. If you don't want to do that, leave me a diamond emoji for Savage Lover or leave me a heart for Bloodied Heart. Whichever one is your favorite out of the 2. If you don't have a favorite, just leave me a comment down below and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.